Alright everybody, welcome to episode 3 of Best Tech Gifts to Buy Under a Certain Price Point, and today we're going to that $100 price point. You seem to love the $30 and the $50 one, so today we're at the $100 price point where things start to increase in value, where things give you a little bit more oomph, where things are made out of better build quality. So stay tuned, we're going to talk about maybe 10 to 12 items. Everything's going to be linked down below. Let's get right into it. Alright everyone, so the first few items I want to talk about by a company called MagBak, and they were kind enough to sponsor this portion of the video. And the first item we're going to talk about is their MagSafe MagBak case. And what I love about this case is threefold. The first thing I'm going to do is talk about the actual build quality and what it's made of, which is kind of this like soft rubbery plastic. If you guys have ever used the silicone cases from Apple, it is that very similar material. So it's a very soft feeling kind of rubberized material or plastic material, and it's still very malleable. So it easily fits and hugs the iPhone, and it makes you feel comfortable when holding it in the hand. And when it comes to the cutouts, you do have your USBC cutout, your speaker grill cutout, your lock button, and then as well as you have buttons for the action button and both the volume up and volume down. So the bread and butter of MagBak is their magnetic ecosystem. So the next item I'm going to talk about is their MagSafe wallet or their MagBak wallet. So first and foremost, this is a MagSafe compatible wallet. So you slap it on the back of your actual iPhone in the case itself, and you will feel that when you do use this magnet, not only does it magnetically attach where the MagSafe ring is, but it also has some magnetic touch points that are different from MagSafe, which we'll touch on in a second because it does actually add some extra value. So in here, I've been able to fit up to actually 5 cards of the plastic material, and anywhere from 3 to 4 cards when it comes to like those metal cards that you see, and it's very easy to remove. And what I like about it is that they do have a little kind of thumb section on the inside, so you can push out your cards, and they're not kind of like stuck in there. You're not kind of feeling around to get the card out of there. And then you will notice that there's actually a divider inside of the MagSafe wallet, so you can split up your cash and your cards. I usually only carry cards on me and never really carry cash, but it's nice to know that it is there. And on the rear of it, you do have a finger loop, which is that second kind of function on there, so it's easy to grip onto. It adds some additional security to when you are holding your phone, and it's in the perfect spot, especially when you're using something as big as the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And then lastly, like I mentioned, the magnet points or the attachment points are a little bit different than with MagSafe. So on the top of it, you will feel that it attaches on the actual top portion. And then what you can do is actually use your MagSafe wallet as a stand. And what I love about this is that it's still the same form factor as a MagSafe wallet, so it doesn't add any additional bulk, adding, let's say, a foldable stand. So this purely with the magnets can stay magnetically attached at certain points and then act as an actual stand, either in landscape or in portrait mode, which I think is amazing. And all those additional magnets make it extremely strong, so you literally have zero worry of the MagSafe wallet coming off or the iPhone actually plopping off the MagSafe wallet when you are using the finger loop. And then I do want to bring up MagBak's 3-in-1 charging station, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's made to charge your big 3, which is your iPhone, your AirPods, and also an Apple Watch. Now, it does actually bring a 20-watt charging brick in the box, which is something that, again, a lot of companies have stopped doing, unfortunately, because again, if you're buying a charger, you should be able to charge it with everything that's included in the box. On the MagSafe portion, you do get up to 7.5 watts of charge to your iPhone, you get 2.5 watts for your Apple Watch, and then you do get 5 watts for your actual AirPods or AirPods Pro, as long as they can wirelessly charge. And those are all the accessories from MagBak. If you do want to check them out, I will link them down below. They are all under $100 if you use that discount code in the description. So thank you to MagBak for sponsoring that portion of the video. Now there is one more iPhone specific accessory that I want to bring up, and that is by a company called Aulumu, and this is their MagSafe battery bank. I've mentioned it before in the past. It's a 3500 milliamp hour battery, which should give you about a 70% additional charge on something like an iPhone 15 Pro Max, and I absolutely love it because of a couple things. First off, the aesthetic. I love the kind of like minimalist but cyberpunky aesthetic, but I also like that it is multifunctional with a built-in kickstand that can let you go in TV mode, landscape mode, and portrait mode, so you have 3 different viewing modes. And then also, as I mentioned, it is made to actually charge your iPhone 15 Pro Max or any iPhone that is MagSafe compatible. So if you guys need a battery bank, this is a nice stocking stuffer or a gift to gift yourself. So now I want to get into some actual desk accessories. So the next one I'm going to talk about is an iPad accessory, but it's for your desk, and that is the X36 iPad arm and stand by a company called Kyuksu, and this arm is absolutely amazing. Right now it's on sale. I believe normally it's about $140. Now it's, I believe, at $92, and I will actually leave some discount codes down below for everything that has one, so you guys can get some additional discount. But this is exactly what it sounds like. It is an iPad arm that has a magnetic plate to attach your iPad. It's a very strong magnetic plate, so you don't have to worry about your iPad falling off or kind of going somewhere where it's not supposed to, but it's also convenient enough so you can actually pull off the iPad without feeling like you're moving the entire desk. Now this arm is very malleable, so that means it can move around in multiple different facets. It can go up high, it can go down low, you can rotate the iPad Pro in multiple angles and kind of go all full 360 degrees. It's just very customizable, and you can kind of have it and set it up as a battle station. As you can see behind me, I actually have it set up right next to my actual BenQ monitor, so sometimes I actually use it as my main form of computing. I just plug it in via Thunderbolt, and then I'm using Stage Manager. I absolutely love this iPad arm stand, and I absolutely had to recommend it now that it's sub $100 for the remainder of the year. The next desk item is by a company called Journey, and this is their Alti desk mat. Now, they do have an Alti Ultra, but that one's about $170, and the only difference between the two is that one is MagSafe certified versus MagSafe compatible. The Alti desk mat is exactly what it sounds like. First and foremost, it is a actual desk mat for your desk, but it has multiple functions. So with the Alti desk mat, which is actually double-sided, so you can either go with the felt route or you can go with the vegan leather route. So right now I have it in the vegan leather format, but also if you actually lift it up, you can actually hide away some papers or some pamphlets that are out of sight. So if you do need quick access to them, you know that they're right underneath your keyboard and your desk mat, but also it's not going to be sitting on top of the desk itself if you think it's going to maybe scratch, or maybe if it's a sticker and some goo is going to go onto the actual desk itself. And then the actual bread and butter of this thing is the other magnetic piece, which is a MagSafe certified charger, as well as an AirPods charger or wireless charger for your headphones that goes, again, magnetically attaches to the desk mat. So the desk mat itself has multiple functions. It can charge your iPhone, it can charge your AirPods. It is a desk mat first and foremost, but then it also is double-sided, so you can go with the felt or the vegan leather. It also hides away papers underneath or in between those two sections to make sure that they're out of sight. So I absolutely love this one, and with the discount code, it goes right about $100, which normally it's about $130. And then usually on top of my desk mat, I have my Satechi X1 Slim keyboard, which is my favorite non-Apple keyboard because it's as close to the Apple chiclet style keyboard that you can get without having to pay that Apple premium. I do wish that at some point maybe third parties can have Touch ID built into their Bluetooth keyboards, but for now, the Satechi X1 Slim for $70 is an unbeatable price and my favorite keyboard of all time. And then next to it, I do have my Logitech Anywhere S2. I'm going to recommend the S3. The S2 is a lot older now at this point, but the S3 is for the most part the same exact thing, but they included USB-C because now it's 2023. The S2 is micro USB, so if you do find a micro USB version, you can actually get it for sub $50, but the Anywhere S3 is sitting around, I believe, $75. And what I'd like to tell people about the Logitech Anywhere mouse set is that it is the most premium mouse at the cheapest price point. So for $75, you get a premium mouse experience because it is nice and hefty, it connects to up to 3 devices, the scroll wheel is great, and obviously you get your right and left click. And the Satechi X1 Slim also connects to up to 3 devices at the same time. So now the last few items are going to be all about the iPad. The first one being the Paperlike iPad Folio case, which I use it with my iPad Pro, the 12.9 inch, but they have it for basically every single iPad now. And what I love about this is the build quality and just the ease of use and how easy it is to use. So the first is that it is made out of this beautiful material where on the outside it's kind of like this rugged but also soft touch material that you know is going to keep your iPad protected. The inside of it is lined with microfiber lining, so you know that the iPad screen and the rear plate are going to be protected, and it attaches magnetically. Now, it does not cover the actual railings of the iPad itself, but I like that minimalist look because it's very thin, it's very kind of easy to move around, and I know that my screen and the back plate are fully protected. And it also has a magnetic flap to keep everything closed and make sure that it doesn't open up randomly, and it also acts as a cover to keep the Apple Pencil in place if you maybe throw it in a backpack, because we all know that if you throw your iPad Pro with the magnetic Apple Pencil in a backpack, that magnetic Apple Pencil is going to end up at the bottom of your backpack. And then when it comes to the iPad Pro, I always go with the baseline storage model, so I only have 128 gigs on my M1 iPad Pro. Is what I like to do is use my Samsung T7 Shield, and right now they have the 1TB version for $80, and the Samsung T7, it is the fastest and most reliable SSD that I've ever tested, and I've been using it for at least a year now at this point, and I've used a lot of other SSDs that have been very unreliable, where I've lost footage, where I've lost data, where the actual transfer speeds aren't as good as they were actually touted to be. So normally the T7 is a little bit more expensive, but rightfully so because of the quality that you're getting out of it, and it's going to be working for a long time. So the fact that it's now $80 for the 1TB version, I think that's a must-have. And then lastly, for the iPad Pro, I got to throw in some sort of USB-C hub. So this one is by Satechi, and this is a 9-in-1 USB-C hub. So you get one USB-C port that allows up to 100 watts of power delivery and power pass-through, which is more than enough for an iPad Pro. You get another USB-C port for data. You get an actual HDMI 2.0 port. You get a VGA port, an Ethernet port with up to 1 gig of speed. You have two USB-A 3.2 Gen 2 ports, a microSD, and an SD card reader. And what I really like about the actual design of this USB-C hub is that it doesn't just have like a cable dangling around that's permanently connected to the actual USB-C hub itself, but then also normally when you do have those USB-C hubs where you have to plug in on both sides, you end up losing that cable. This cable is built directly into it. You just remove it and then plug it into the actual host and then plug it into the USB-C port, and you're good to go to be able to use this 9-in-1 USB-C hub by Satechi. And then I did want to throw in an honorable mention, which is actually the USB-C Apple Pencil. Now, I know it got a lot of backlash because it's kind of like a worse version of an Apple Pencil, and it works weird, and it charges a little bit strange, and like the feature set is kind of weird when it compared to the Gen 1 Apple Pencil and the Gen 2 Apple Pencil. But for $80 to get a first-party product from Apple that gives you pretty much 95% of the features that you get from the Apple Pencil Gen 2, I actually really like the build quality, how it worked, how it was supposed to work. Now, me personally, I already have an Apple Pencil Gen 2, which does still retail for $120 now, I believe. But for $80, the USB-C Apple Pencil, if you do not have an Apple Pencil already, and let's say you have an iPad 10th generation or an iPad Air, and you don't need things like the pressure sensitivity, then I think it's a great option, especially if you can maybe even find a refurbished. So I just want to throw that in there as an honorable mention because I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. But that's going to do for this video, everybody. I wanted to encompass a bunch of different product categories when it comes to these accessories. So talk on iPhone, talk about iPad, talk about Mac accessories, and I think this is a great roundup of accessories that are worth you checking out. So I will link everything down below for everybody to check out with those correlating discount codes to make sure we get under that $100 price point, because some of them are teetering on that $101, $102 price point, and we'll get it below $100 for you down below. But that's going to do it, everybody. If you guys made it to the end, leave a little dolphin in the comments down below so I know you made it to the end. Leave some comments down below about what your favorite accessory is that maybe I didn't mention. Maybe leave some comments down below or some links of some other accessories I should check out, because next up we should be doing the under 200 list, which should get a little bit more robust. So definitely stay tuned for that and stay subscribed. But that's going to do it. If you want to watch some more iOS, iPadOS, or macOS videos, click on one of these videos right here. And until next time, I'm Fernando. I'm out of here, everybody. Peace.